What's going on, you guys? So today we're starting off the video inside the car. I've been getting the interior put back together since there really isn't much left to do other than figuring out the brakes. I got a little too excited yesterday and the radiator came in at like 9:30 in the morning, which is super early. So I did go ahead and get that mounted up. So the old Koyo's in the garbage. That thing was pretty rough. After I pulled it out, I noticed how bad it actually was. The whole radiator was actually just crooked. But right now I just got the gauge wiring all wired up. See if I can get under here, somewhere up in there. Got a little fuse block that I ran some power and the ignition switched into so that we can get the gauges like officially mounted up. They were all hooked up how I wanted them, but they were just sitting in there. So I went ahead and actually hard mounted the fuse block so that we can get this interior put back together. So right now I've been working on, got the glove box in, I got the little LED light. So glove box is in, this little trim piece down here is in, Haltech is mounted, getting these little side trim pieces in. So then after that I'm gonna come over here and throw that other piece on. Then we'll move on to getting the radio wiring sorted out. It already works, which is why sometimes I don't record, is because I'm just sitting here listening to music, getting shit done. But you know, I gotta stop and make a little video. So I'm gonna get the radio wiring sorted out and then get the radio mounted, and then we can actually get the radio bezel put in so that this can actually look complete. Also, one thing that I have noticed is if you look at the trans tunnel, see how the transmission's pushed off to the right more? Like it's all the way up against this. This has a big gap. So I'm actually gonna have to, well, I actually noticed that if you look, it's kind of hard to tell on camera, but if you look at the motor itself, it's closer to right here than it is over here. Let's see if I can get in there. So it just looks like, if you look at the pulley, so this is the center of the car right here, and the pulley isn't quite lined up. It's off center. So I'm gonna have to loosen the motor mounts, loosen the trans mounts, and try to turn the motor, because this mount over here is fixed. It's just a single hole. This mount over here is actually slotted. So if we can loosen the mounts on the motor and trans, jack it up from the middle, like where the trans meets the motor, and then just twist it and then mount it back, we should be able to get this straightened out. Because that can cause some wear on your drive shaft over time on the U-joints if it's too crooked. I haven't looked under there to see how crooked it actually is, like the drive shaft, but I'm assuming it's not very straight. So yeah, we'll get that straightened out, and then we need to get the rest of this put back together, get the cover for this storage bin from the old car, trim the stud down right here, and then we can get these all mounted and closed up. Also need to shorten this ground wire, just little stuff, you know, get the rest of the interior back there put together. And after I finish the interior, what I'm going to work on is getting these brakes fixed. We're gonna go ahead and use the single pots, and then I'm gonna try to, you know, spray some crap down the line, or not the line, but the actual like caliper itself. Spray something into the line where the, you know, the brake fluid goes into the caliper. See if I can't clear that out, because you can see right here, hopefully you can, I can get it to focus. So that hole for the bleeder is actually clogged up, and the actual caliper itself is clogged up as well. So we'll get that figured out, and then we'll have brakes. Once we have brakes, put the interior back together, get this crap straightened out. I mean, the car is pretty much ready to go. The new wheel will be in today. I'm gonna try to get that mounted soon, but if not, it's whatever. We'll figure it out. All right, so stereo mounted, wired up. We got the rest of this in. So next, we're gonna move on to probably putting the center trim on right here for the radio. Get that mounted up and connected, and then we can move on to getting some of this crap cleaned out of here, and then we'll probably move to the back of the interior and get the rest of that put together, get the trim piece for this put on, and then the corners of the dash, get the corners of the dash put on. And then after that, after we get all this interior put back together, and then I'm gonna move on to getting all of this straightened out. All right, man, exposure is a little bad, but that's all in. Radio bezel, got the dash cover on, got the side piece on. So most of the interior is coming together. We just gotta put these two pieces on the other side, and I believe, yeah, the front of the car will be done as far as interior trim pieces go. Then we can move to the back and get, you know, the rest of that little trim done. I forgot I have to still do the seat belt on this side, and then put that panel back on. And then let's see, after all of that, I was working on getting these windshield wipers put on. So I took the cowl off the guard right here, and I'm gonna clean all that up, and then also have this, painting this right now just to get it looking nice. But as far as that, then we got to figure out, I don't know if I'm gonna move on to the motor or if I want to work on the brakes next. We'll figure that out, because both of them are pretty tedious, so it's like pick your poison, whichever one you want to do first. But yeah, stuff is coming together. I'm hoping I can get it, I don't know if today, but probably by Sunday. Today's Friday, so hopefully by Sunday we can get this thing road ready, so I can go get it inspected, and then go get this thing registered and get it on the road. So I'm ready to drive this thing, man. New wheels coming in sometime here pretty soon, so we can get matching wheels. For the meantime, I need to just get up under there and adjust the toe, because this side's straight, this side is, yeah, it's turned pretty well. Towed out. So we'll get this cowl painted, let it dry, clean that up, put it back on, get the windshield wipers on, and then while that's drying though, I'm gonna work on the rear of the interior. And yep, also, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I had a buddy actually tell me that this color of this car is actually a very rare color, and I'll show you guys just so people don't think I'm playing around. Color code 5N, which is brave blue, mica, whatever you want to call it. I say mica, but this is a super sick color. And I was gonna do the purple again, which is why I sold off all the parts and put my purple parts back on. But honestly, with this color being such a rare color, I think it'd be pretty cool to keep this color alive. And also it's cheaper than my purple, so I think I paid like $240 for half a gallon of the purple, and this stuff's $340 for a whole gallon. So, and it looks sick. Like once it's freshly done, it almost looks like a purple at night. So I think I'll enjoy that. A lot of people on Instagram, I put a poll up, and everybody almost everybody voted this color, so we'll be painting the car Brave Blue Mica. I don't know when, but it'll be painted that color. So I'm gonna get back to work on this interior and we'll see where we get. So I went ahead and took some time to eat, make me something to eat, but this piece is all dried. Got it mounted back on there, so now I just have to get the windshield wipers, the blades on there. That piece looks pretty good. Get that on there, and then we can move to finishing this up back here, this trim. It's only gonna take like 10-15 minutes to finish all this. And then I'm actually gonna jack the car up and we're gonna figure out the situation with it being crooked. Like I said, I think I can just loosen the mounts, trans and motor, jack it up and shift it over and bolt it back down, but we'll see. Hopefully it's that easy, because I want to get that centered so I can get the rest of the shifter area put back together all in here, because you can see how bad it is. It's pretty bad. So, but it's coming together. It's coming together. So I'm pretty happy right now. And the door panels look good. Everything dyed black. Still gotta finish the carpet, but I'm gonna worry about that after we get everything done in here. But everything works. All the gauges, tack, car starts and run. So, hell yeah. All right, that's all done. All the trim is back in, except for the speaker covers, because I need some custom mounts made. But yeah, all the trim is in. So now we can move on to the more annoying things, which is the motor and transmission. So let's get to that. All right, so I just got done with straightening up the trans. It was definitely turned a bit. I mean, obviously you could tell from right here, but the drive shaft was actually at an angle. So went ahead and jacked up the motor and trans, loosened all the bolts to the mounts, and then I just shoved like a wedge something in there. Actually, this is pipe wrench. I couldn't figure out anything else, so I stuck the fat into this. I pulled it back and stuck the fat in there. Took the motor, grabbed a pry bar right here, and I just cranked on the side of the motor, like against the subframe, and pushed it this way, and then I quickly mounted it down. So I think FCs and FDs actually are always slightly off-centered, but it's definitely, like, this is centered right here, so it's definitely a lot closer. You can obviously tell by the transmission mount, but I think I'm pretty much done today. And then the weekend, really all I have to worry about is getting the brakes fixed, and then this car's 100%. We can go get this thing inspected and get it on the road. Still have to clean up like little things like this wiring, like have to make an actual ground for this, and you know, finish cleaning it up in here. But like, I could go get it inspected just like that with the brakes fixed. So hopefully within this next week we can have this thing on the road. Well, GoPro died on me, so we swapped out a battery. But yeah, I'm done for today. Just get the rest of this stuff cleaned up. I might take it around the block a couple times just to see how things feel, but other than that, we'll get back to this on the weekend. Like I said, today's Friday, so I'm busy tomorrow. I might be able to get some stuff done in the morning. Maybe I'll get the wheels and brakes off so I can let them sit in something, but for now I'm done. So get this mess cleaned up and then get inside. So y'all take it easy.